Hey guys, welcome to this video, and it's time for the camera review of Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. So we have got dual cameras at the front on this phone, and perhaps this is the first phone from Samsung to feature dual front cameras. So one of them is 16 megapixel and the other one is 8 megapixel, and both have an aperture of f1.9. On the other hand, the rear camera is a 16 megapixel unit and it has an aperture of f1.7. So let's talk about the front cameras first and how they work. So they work exactly the same way the dual rear cameras on Note 8 work. You get a live focus mode, you can change the strength of the blur before taking the photo and then after taking the photo as well. So let me show you how they actually work. If we go in the camera mode and go in the selfie mode here, you see this option here called live focus. Simply tap on it and here you actually wait and it will tell you if live focus is ready, and it is. Once you see this yellow option here, you can change the background blur strength, and once you are done with that, you can take the photo. And if you're not happy with the background blur strength, you can go in the gallery and change it afterwards as well. Now in terms of the image quality, if you're shooting outdoors and brightly lit situations, you will get great bokeh effect in your selfies, and if you are even indoors with brightly lit situations, you can get pretty decent bokeh effect in your photos, and obviously you can change the strength anytime that you want. And since it is Samsung, the image quality is very good. The images are sharp, full of color, saturated, and there is very less noise. However, as the light becomes less and less, noise creeps in and the photos become grainy. Now let's talk about the rear camera on this phone, which is a 16 megapixel shooter with an aperture of f1.7. And as with every other Samsung phone, it takes beautiful, saturated, sharp and clear photos in brightly lit situations, whether it outdoors, during daytime, or indoors in well lit situations. It takes beautiful photos. There is no doubt about the ability of the camera on Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. And what's amazing about this camera is that it can also take decent photos at nighttime or in dimly lit situations as well, even though there is no optical image stabilization here. So it is a pretty well-rounded camera, except that it lacks two main features. You cannot shoot in 4K on this phone, and second, as I've already told you, there is no optical image stabilization. Although when I was testing this phone and shooting a video sample with this phone, the stabilization was amazing, and I was actually blown away by the stabilization that I got on that video. But there is one point that I want to make here, is that an average consumer, an average user is not going to miss 4K, because an average user doesn't really care about 4K or 1080p. They don't even notice the difference between these two modes. So an average user is going to be pretty happy with the camera on this phone. They don't care about how much detail that you can see in nighttime photos. They just want decent photos at nighttime or in daytime or whenever they're shooting, and this camera is capable of that. Now if we go in the camera app here, you can see that it is a pretty standard camera app that you get on all the other Samsung phones that have come out in the past year. So we have a shutter button here. You can swipe it right to zoom in and swipe left to zoom out. We have got a video button here. We have got stickers here, and you can actually add tons of stickers. They are like Snapchat filters here. You can choose categories from down below, and then obviously we have got Bixby VN here. We have got settings on the top, flash, and we've got a button to expand the viewfinder to the full screen, and a button to switch between front camera and the back camera. If we swipe from the right, we get filters here, so we have tons of filters as well. And if we swipe from the left, we get to our modes. We have got an auto mode here. We have got pro mode, where you can change the brightness, ISO and white balance. And then we have got panorama mode, food, night, hyperlapse, and you can even download some more modes from the Galaxy App Store. Now if we go in settings here, you can see that we can change the picture size. So we have got all the way from 16 megapixel to 6 megapixel, and we have video size full HD 18.5 by 9 that expands the viewfinder to the fullest 1 by 1 in HD and VGA. We have got a timer here. In front camera, again we have a picture size. It can go from 16 megapixel to 6 megapixel. We've got a video size, so front camera is also capable of shooting full HD video. We've got some shooting methods here, so we can tap on the screen to shoot a video or show a palm. So this is for selfie mode. We have got auto HDR mode here as well. Video stabilization, it is very important that you turn on this feature to get the level of stabilization that you've just seen in the video. And we've got location tags, review pictures, quick launch camera, so double tap the power button to launch the camera. We've got voice control, so you can take a photo by saying smile, cheese and capture. Floating camera button is there as well. And then we have got a volume key functions. You can set them to take photos, record video, zoom in and out, or set them for system volume alone. And then obviously we have an option to reset the settings. Now we can also swipe down on the viewfinder to switch between front camera and back camera. We have got this mode here to shoot between two separate modes. So if we have a background, there is a scenery in your background, you can turn on this feature here and it takes a brighter photo. And if your background is plain and there is nothing there, you can turn this feature off. And here we have some beauty modes where you can change the color, smoothness, skin tone. You can slim your face and enlarge your eyes. And if I go in video mode here, we can pause it, start it, and then take photos while taking a video as well. So that's a pretty standard camera app. You get it in all Samsung phones that have come out in past 1 year. And that's the camera review of Samsung Galaxy A8 Plus. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.